Well, April Coble Eller, congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction with the award of distinction. Isn't this amazing?
This is such an amazing day, Hank. It's a big win for our team, for Team Coble.
Yeah, it really is. And I know this is, the third time we've tried to pull this off, and finally, nothing worse than having the event planned, and April and the family, you got all your plans made to travel, and we got to say, no, we got to pull the plug, and it's heartbreaking, but it's happened to everybody around the world, but we did pull this off. And what's amazing for me is that I've known your family since you were in the girls division. And I've been announcing you from being in the girls division to going right into the open division and skiing with the best skiers of the world, becoming one of the best skiers in the world. Then I got to announce you winning the over 35 women's world slalom title, and now here we are. It's just been an incredible journey.
See, and you've been a part of it. Thank you for all your kind words.
And, let's start off with you. It always begins, my first thing is, how'd this get going? And I know how it did with you. It's your mom and dad, like so many people do, but what fans and supporters they are of your skiing.
They absolutely are. I certainly could not have done it without my family and without you guys. It's such a team sport. You don't look at it as a team sport because you have one person training, one person competing, but you have to have so many different other people involved, the driver and the officials and the boat owners and the tournament site directors and the tournament site owners, and it's just in our family. My parents started skiing about when I was born. I started competing when I was 5. My mom and I went to nationals together when I was 10 years old. She was 40.
Wow.
And we've been to world championships together, and so to have it start very young and innocent and as recreational skiers, and then develop into where we are today is more than a dream come true.
Well, it's, in me knowing you and seeing you evolve over the years, and how mature you got so quickly skiing in open and having to deal with those girls that'll probably beating you up a little verbally on the dock and all that good stuff, and it's been amazing to, see you going from being in the girls division where you were the best in the world, winning the world overall in slalom in the junior worlds, and then jumping right in the fire with the pros. It's just been amazing, but your folks have been with you throughout that whole journey. And I remember you as a little kid, you and Valerie would get in the motorhome and your mom and dad would take you all over the country with Karen Truelove and her parents. You guys are kind of caravanning together like little gypsies all over. But that's the dedication and sacrifices parents make that a lot of people don't know that is needed in this sport to get a world championship out of you.
And you're talking about going from juniors to pros. That is humbling. So yes, when I was used to winning, and then you step on the pro level and you're at the bottom of the ladder. And everybody's very nice off the water, but when you step on that starting dock, business is business. And
that's a lot of people don't know that.
That's right. And I've always said competition makes all of us stronger. So it made me stronger as a person, not only in the sport of water skiing, but when I would speak to people. And things just slowly became easier for me to do, whether it was competing or speaking or whatever. So it was actually about 6 years from the time I won the Junior Worlds until I won a pro event, which was awesome. I won the Masters in '97. But during those 6 years, I fell down a lot, had to get back up. And my parents were there with me along the way, the whole way. My sister was too. So in that time, we both went to college. She went on to dental school and became a dentist, and she helped so much with driving tricks. We have to trick for hours, right? So she was my driver for tricks while my dad pulled pin. And ski school started during that time, and then it was 13 years after that before I won again. And all those years of lots of second places and being on the dock with the pro skiers and coaching kids of my own and at ski school, the whole journey has just been phenomenal.
And I'm honored to be able to watch it. And tell me if this isn't true, but it happened to me. When you get that call that you're being inducted into the Hall of Fame, did you look over your whole career and think that this is how it started and this is what I went through and here I am? It's just so humbling to think that,
I have goosebumps.
Oh my gosh, I started from a little kid just going out and skiing, and now I'm in the Hall of Fame.
It is. It's crazy. And I'll tell you this, 6 years ago when I retired, I was still at the top of my game. And I know there's a process of nomination for the Hall of Fame, and I know that it takes time. It takes a long time. And there are so many good people who have been nominated over the years, and their names are still in the pot to be nominated. So there were tons of people in front of me. But I knew that my parents, I really, really wanted my parents to be here. If it was God's will, I wanted my parents to be here to celebrate this with me because, yes, I'm accepting the award tonight on behalf of
the family.
Everybody who has been such a big part in doing this. So 6 years ago, I started to see, my parents were in their early 70s, I started to see a little age coming on, and I certainly didn't want to ski too long and wait too late for something like tonight to happen. And thank you, Jesus. We are all here. We are.
So as you're growing up and we all have our heroes. Who are your heroes growing up?
Gosh. You know, at first and even now, I'd have to say my number one hero is my mom. She is 77 years old. She won the Nationals last year for the first time. She has skied in World Championships where she beat women in her division 10 years younger. And before I became awestruck by Camille Duval and Liz Allen Reed and Christy Overton, and guys, I grew up skiing with Christy, but she was older and better, and I always wanted to beat her. So I guess
if you beat her, you beat the best in the world.
So before I knew about them, before I was introduced to how really good of skiers they were, it would have been my mom. She was and still is an amazing skier, but also an amazing lady. And
she's fabulous.
She is.
She's fabulous. And I know she adores you as much as you adore her.
Oh.
And, you know, and it's neat when you're at a tournament and we're all one big family. We've been doing this for so long, but you know, when you're hanging out with your mom. You cruise around together, you shop together. You know, you're like best buddies when you're at these tournaments. And it's, you know, and your dad has been such a great support.
Yes.
And to have him be able to be a part of this, as I know, means very, very much to you.
It does. As a matter of fact, the last World Championships, I could have skied, but I didn't. I went to be my mom's ski caddy and her chauffeur, and we had the best time in Chile.
Wow.
And just, we had so much fun. We did Spain and Chile together, and just to focus everything on them as a thank you and a payback for, as a start to a thank you and a payback for everything they've done for me was awesome.
And what a relief, though, for you to, I mean, skiing in the worlds is fantastic, but
it's stressful.
It's stressful.
It is.
And to get that, you know, that backpack full of cement off you, and to go do this with your mom just had to be just overwhelming and enjoyable because you didn't have to, you could just hang out for once.
That's right. Although I will say, I think it's more stressful getting her ready and watching her than it was just me getting on the dock and skiing. So, but it was exhilarating. And I remember at one point she made the finals, which was her goal. She made the finals. We're sitting on the dock and they only allowed one person on the dock with a skier so the dock wouldn't get too crowded. And she looked at me and she said, "I'm nervous." And I said, "That's okay. That means you're ready." And I prayed right then. I said, "Dear God, please wrap your big arms around her and give her peace and give her strength for this run that she's getting ready to do." And not only did she go out and ski a personal best, but she came in, both arms in the air, and said, "I have never in my life felt so at ease when I was skiing." So if that's the only reason I went to the Worlds was to say a prayer for her right there at the dock to ease her. It was awesome.
Fantastic. So is there anything else that you'd like to share in a moment or so that has been such a great part of your career?
Oh, there's so many, and I'll talk a little bit tonight in my speech about some different things, but I just want to thank you for all your hard work, and Betsy and everybody at the Foundation and USA Water Ski who has made this happen. I know it's been hard, as everything has been, you know, the last couple of years, but I really, really appreciate your doing it. I want to thank everybody over the years who has helped me in any way, whether it was, like I said before, skiing against me or judging or offering their ski site. My sponsors who have graciously given me gear over the years, Mastercraft Boat Company was certainly a reason that I was able to compete when we couldn't afford to even buy a ski. I got a boat, so that was part of it.
And a truck to pull it.
That's it. So.
Well,
Anyway.
April, this is so thrilling for me. It's such a great honor for me
Thank
to
you,
be the
Hank.
one getting to sit here with you and chat with you about your induction in the Hall of Fame with your war distinction. And
Thank you.
it's so well deserved, and I'm so glad I got to watch the whole career
Thank
and
you.
be here for your special night.
And again, thank you for being a part of it, and thank you
Thank
for tonight.
Thank you.
I'm honored.